Well, hello again, people. It's Victor Moser coming to you from my website, landcause.com. I come to you with Out in Black, number 15, episode 15. Is coming to you from Colored People, The Stripes of Healing. Now, Colored People, The Stripes of Healing. This bi-weekly newsletter will seek to explain the pain and suffering mainly people of color endure through no fault of their own. The dehumanizing excuses our people always seem to elicit from people in power that make our Christian brothers and sisters accept their reasoning as if it was uttered by the Almighty. Lastly, what I see with my own eyes begs the question from my conscience. Are we loving, or can we really love our neighbor as ourselves? Of course, issue 37 here. Take the shoes and the whip also. Out in Black 15. Now, first, I am not knocking my brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry for wanting to cash in on their newly minted status as the largest minority group in America. You surpass black people. Good. Let me tell you something before you get too comfortable throwing your support behind Republicans. White supremacy and white privilege on steroids still exists in America. Well, that's something you're finding out right now anyway. That was supposed to elicit a chuckle from you. Well, anyway, Donald J. Trump has ordered the roundup of people that look like you're illegal in America. His policies are not supported by me. Mr. Garcia should have your support, my brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry. Why? I don't need to bring up all the examples of my people turning on each other. There is much recorded history for you to review. When you have doubts, it happened. The sense that black people turned on each other knowing the oppressors thought even less of them for doing it still vexes my mind. Anyway, moving on. All the rights you enjoy, I will say humbly this, my brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry. Try to thank the black and light-skinned brothers and sisters of African ancestry that took one for the team for you to have the rights all of you enjoy. Now, if you want to earn them the way my people earned them, I do have some shoes on that I will gladly unlace for you to slip on. Oh, you do? Oh, let me get them for you. Let me make sure I get these shoes for you. There you go. Look at them. I even had some nice shoe screens. Went out and got some nice shoe screens for you. Nice waterproof. Look at that. That's some nice shoes for you. Let me sit that down. Sit that down. Now, I suggest you wear them. Why? Oh my God, you just don't understand what you have unleashed upon yourselves. Oh, by the way, here's a whip I bought to keep me grounded in the facts of who it was and still do suffer unspeakable acts of cruelty for me to have my rights today. Hold on, let me get this whip for you. Oh, you like it? I mean, look at it. Look at it. I mean, it even had that piece on it that when it hits you, it just pops and just tears that flesh up. You know, I'll gladly trade histories with you. If you want to have the history that black people had in this country, you want to have that, I'll gladly trade it for. Let me hang this up here so you can still see it as we talking. Yeah, let that whip hang there. Now, I still don't have them fully, mind you, but you would know that if you didn't believe black folks were guilty as soon as you saw them accused of something, right? Sound familiar? Meaning I still don't have them rights fully. Oh, I know, we don't have them rights fully yet. Mr. Garcia is accused of being a wife beater. Mr. Garcia is accused of being a gang member. Mr. Garcia is labeled a criminal, even though he does not have a criminal record. Where have I heard that before? Oh, in America. Where have you heard claims like these made in America? Oh, I remember. They are the go-to mainstays of legacy media when they want to assist in the destruction of black people. The legacy media, of course, being ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, the New York Times, and so on. And there are many more of them. My brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry, do you really believe you will ever be white enough to be accepted by white supremacy and white privilege on steroids? True. As I've been instructed on that not every white person is racist, but too many white people stand idly by while injustice and vile cruelty is happening to everyone else. I'm going to tell you something that has helped me stay firmly on the side of what's right. Metaphorically, practice this or imagine being in a dark room at night with your eyes closed. That's three things against you finding an exit out of there, right? You're in a dark room at night, it's nighttime, and your eyes are closed. Now imagine yourselves in the same room with all the lights on, street lights shining through the cracks in your curtains, and the exit sign is lit up like Christmas red. When evil presents itself to you, it often comes after you in the dark. I don't mean it being dark literally. I mean you have darkness covering your heart, which unfortunately means that you will never have empathy or want justice for anybody. Proverbs 4:19. You may want to find it. I get mine out of the Authorized King James Version of the Holy Bible, but that's up to you. I'm not your spiritual advisor. This is what keeps me grounded. I don't want my brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry to look down upon your distant kin that speak the same language you do. It may be a variant, but it's still your language. Don't have an attitude of I got it made and they, migrants, need to do it the same way I did through applying for entry into America. Well, believe it or not, the process might not be the best way for them to stay alive. Let me tell you something that happened to me when I lived in Mobile, Alabama with my first wife. We had decided to move back to my hometown of Birmingham. Well, I needed help loading the moving van. My brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry lived above me in the apartment complex, and I asked them for help. You know what happened? Pause for effect. Without a millisecond wasted, they said yes. I told them I didn't have much as I offered $10. They, of course, refused payment, which, of course, again, astonished me. I gave them the 10 spot anyway and thanked them profusely. I have many friends of Spaniard ancestry and never considered them with anything but the utmost integrity. My brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry, don't take on the ways of the oppressors. White supremacists don't care if you voted Republican. Republicans right now aren't saying anything about helping Mr. Garcia, who was adjudicated to stay in America legally, by the way. Not a single word of empathy for Mr. Garcia or his wife or his children, the party of family values. Hatred is still hatred no matter what form it takes. My brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry, I implore you to be careful with whom you align your compass, seeking approval and peace from the threat of tyranny. Black people from experience know that option is delusional. We don't run to a political party that had always said that when the things happen, that there's no injustice from the police. It's always the police's right to put their knee on the neck of a black man and kill him. Or it's always right for the police to shoot a man up in a car even when he does not have a gun pointed at him. You know what I always say, this is not about that, it's about Spaniards, but you know, if you don't want a high risk job, don't take that job. Of course, everybody that know me, know from my writing, I deployed twice to Afghanistan. I retired from the Army Reserve. I still have my retirement. Now, when I was in Afghanistan, my truck was targeted with an IED. Lifted my truck off the ground, but thankfully we was in a very heavy truck with fuel drums on the back. Now, you can't think that somebody, white supremacists, are accepting you and that it is okay to badmouth people, and then the people that are saying it, you support them fully. When you align yourself with when someone is being done wrong, you are just as responsible for the person that is doing that wrong. You will be judged on that wrong also, because you're throwing something that is invisible there, where you're throwing your spiritual energy toward somebody that has evil at this very moment being committed against him. And I'm pretty sure, my brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry, you would not like being treated evilly. You would be mad. But if you always think, because that is always been always the history of America, because it's not you that's being lynched, it's not you that's being targeted, it's not you that's being labeled a criminal, and you got to prove yourself not a criminal. It's good when you can sit back and watch all the evil happen to others. It doesn't happen to you. Again, like I said, to my brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestors, now they're targeting anybody that looks like a Spaniard, a person of Spanish ancestry. And don't cry about it. You voted this man into office and you thought he would not target you. You knew he would, but you crossed your fingers and held your nose like, oh, that's going to prevent this man from going after you. You did this to yourself. Now, all the innocent brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestors got to suffer because of what you did to your brothers and sisters of Spaniard ancestry. Food for thought. Again, it's Victor Moses on my podcast, Out in Black, Colored People, the Scripes of Healing. Thank you for your attention.